If you had to guess, what the economists say? Like, hey, she comes to a city and it brings X amount of what's the number?
I'm on the board of an organization called the U.S. Travel Association, and and so this is a board that's got people from the major hotel brands, airlines, major destinations. We had a board meeting this summer where there was an economist who gives kind of a forecast for the industry, and he specifically had a section in his presentation on Taylor Swift. And the reason he did was that the cities Taylor has come to have literally created a measurable economic impact is realized at like the federal economic data levels. It was just phenomenal. The fact that she comes in for 3 shows at a time generally in these cities, and the number of people who come in from out of town really truly moves the needle. You're talking about a couple $100 million economic impact. You're talking about something that is the equivalent of getting a Super Bowl or an NBA All-Star or a Final Four.
Okay, put that in perspective. It's like, well, we just had All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
What was the economic impact of All-Star Weekend? Like, if you had to say rough number, it brought, X amount of million.
They had a more recent report that I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I remember their original estimates were somewhere in the neighborhood of $350 million, and it exceeded that, as I understand it. Now that number includes things like media value of the publicity of getting it, so the actual in-market spend is less. I would be very comfortable in betting the mortgage that the Taylor Swift on the ground direct economic impact will be far greater than NBA All-Star.
No way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think there will actually be spend in the market of something on the magnitude of $250 million or more of actual in-market spending.
Well, I mean, think about if 87% of people are coming from out of the state, so they're probably staying, you know.
Right.
So like think about all the hotel stays. You have 175,000 people or whatever it is coming in from out of state. Like, that's a lot of hotel rooms.
Every room is going to be sold out, certainly downtown, probably in Marion County. You've got, most cases, 2-night minimums. We have some incredible statistics like, short-term rentals are up 207% for that weekend, year over year.
I should Airbnb my house.
Yeah, Airbnb searches is up 7,000% year over year.
For Indianapolis?
Yeah, for Indianapolis for that particular weekend. So people have obviously been looking at that.
7,000% up for
in terms of
the normal first weekend in November.
Right.
Like, I don't know if everyone's like, I really want to go to Indianapolis right now. It's Taylor Swift.
Not exactly our high season. So that's the other kind of thing to really note is that, had she come at another time of the year when Gen Con might be here or whatever, then you're not necessarily seeing a huge incremental boost. You're getting still a boost. Of course, if Taylor's concerts come into town, it's going to be bigger than just about anything else you can do. But when you do it that first weekend of November, I mean, come on, that's like a gift from heaven right there.
I was accidentally in Houston one of the nights of Taylor's show. Like I was down there and it was nuts. Like I'm just trying to go to like Shake Shack and get like dinner or whatever, and it's like everywhere I look, it's like sparkles and this and that and the other. And it was like, holy smokes, what's going on? So when you think of like is there other stuff happening? Like, am I going to come in for the firemen's convention and like accidentally be overrun by Taylor Swift girls?
Off the top of my head, I don't think we have a huge conventions going on then, in part because it's a tougher time of the year to sell to start with. I have to go back and look at that, to be honest with you. But I do know that there's a lot of folks activating their spaces in different ways. They're keeping the old world gondoliers open for that weekend on the canal walk.
Oh, yeah. I got
so you can still do the gondoliers.
All right.
And I think they're going to do some sort of like eras sing-along that the gondoliers will do. There's a pre-concert tailgate at the Indiana State Museum, which is, I think, already sold out for the first and the second. There's a Swiftie Partay at our world's largest children's museum from November 1st to 4th. There are Swifties at the zoo at White River State Park. So, a lot of our bigger attractions are doing really specific things tied into that. We've got folks like, Ash and Elm has a cider that's going to be focused around the Eras tour. And there's just a lot of different things that I think Indy is looking to do. There's some really interesting packages. I suspect this has already been sold, but the Alexander Hotel has a special suite number 1313 where they are providing a lucky fan and 13 friends to stay in the penthouse suite. I guess there'll be some sleeping bags because I don't know how you get 14 people up there. But it includes round trip SUV transfers and farewell brunch and all sorts of things like that. So
those are like great. Like kudos to those marketing departments for really capturing the moment. And I think that's what's so special. It's like you could have whoever the sellout artist thing, All-Star Weekend, but it's not like I don't know. That's just so unique, and like they know their clientele really well there. Like the 1313, that's super cool.